We're speaking to you from our Mysore Community Gardens ashram on the banks of the holy Godavari River. So Sri Chaitanya's most important conversation took place on the banks of the holy Godavari River. This topmost instructional conversation is known as Ramananda Samvad and described by Srila Prabhupada as in search of the ultimate goal of life. Srila Sridhara Maharaja describes it as the theosophical basis of the entire Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. The name of the river Godavari represents the Vedas as revealing the ultimate engagement of the senses. For here it was announced by Ramananda Raya and Mahaprabhu that our senses are not to be rejected, but find their highest fulfillment in Krishna consciousness. We need only give up the mentality of exploitation and renunciation. Sri Chaitanya forces Ramananda Raya to describe the ultimate goal of life and to give scriptural references for everything. Mahaprabhu repeatedly implores Ramananda, Eobaya agikahar. This is superficial. This is also superficial. Go deeper, go deeper. Ramananda progresses from the most basic Varnashram concept up to the topmost confidential topic of Radha-dasyam and the innermost secret revealed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that of his Rasaraj Mahabhav Dvi Ekarupa, that he, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is the combined form of Krishna and his Swarup Shakti pleasure potency, Srimati Radharani. Mahaprabhu shares these secrets only once and only with his topmost devotee, Sri Ramananda Raya, because Ramananda Raya is actually Vishaka Devi, a principal Gopi associate and confidant of Srimati Radharani in Sri Goloka Vrindavan, appearing here by the Lord's will as Ramananda Raya. Continuing, Srila Sridhara Maharaja relates, I was very much attracted to the divine discourse of Mahaprabhu and Ramananda. The whole Gaudiya Vaishnava teaching is covered in that talk. From the lowest up to the highest, we find the entire anthology there. Even Mahaprabhu in his full-fledged conception. Srila Sridhar Maharaj comments, my birth name was Ramendra Chandra, and Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, gave me the name Ramendra Sundar. Later, when we went to discover the place on the Godavari where Mahaprabhu and Ramananda met, my name was changed to Ramananda Das. We located that place on the Godavari. Nearby, Srila Sridhar Maharaj looked for land for sale, and one big zamindar from Ramananda Sampradaya had a case in the court. Srila Sridhar Maharaj describes.
Vaishnava Seva is of such high order, it is almost inconceivable to us. Almost inconceivable, but still the example is there. One side, when Elor, that Kovvur Math, Ramananda Raya, in the district of Elor, I approached there for collection there, and one man told that there is a big Jamindar and he has a case in the court of Justice Balaram or some name, Ramananda Samvad. If you get a word from the judge to the man, then he can help you substantially. I myself and Madhav Maharaj, who was Vaigi Brahmachari at that time, both of us approached the judge, Balram or Baladev Samvad, and told that we want money for Ramananda Gaudiya Math there on the banks of Godavari. We are out to collect funds, and we think, we are told that one Jamindar, he may contribute something substantial. And if you kindly give your words in any way, then it may be successful. You, Swamiji, do you request me to do this? There is a case in my court, and he will expect something from me in return. Then you, Swamiji, will you advise me to do that? I told yes, because in your sampradaya, such examples for Vaishnava Seva, for Guru Seva, we hold that this post is given by the Lord to you. And if you utilize this position for the service of the Lord, then there will be no bad result, consequence. And in your sampradaya, we find that the Ranganath temples was built by the dacoits, and one lady risking her chastity, she served the Vaishnava and the Guru. So ordinary moral rules has nothing to do with the service of God. It is Sajanang Arjapathan Chahitta Bhejut Mukunda Padavim, crossing the law of the country and even society, the absolute call of the Lord for the service should be attended to. Then yes, I shall do. Then through the pleader, he has pleaded, that gentleman. He put a word to the pleader, and of course what we wanted, that Jamindar nursing around. He did get that. So this way, neither Grihastha, that is, or Sannyasi, who can give more from the inside, he can get more. He is great. He is big. Hare Krishna, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol.
A small temple was constructed and installation of the footprints took place. Srila Sridhara Maharaja relates that he was most inspired by these divine revelations of this holy dialogue. We find the same enthusiasm in Srila Prabhupada's description of this in his book. For these talks reveal the apex of Gaudiya Vaishnava theistic conception, revealing the purpose of Sri Chaitanya's appearance and his innermost identity. Mahaprabhu begins the conversation by asking Ramananda Roy to describe the ultimate goal of life and to give scriptural references for everything. Ramananda responds to Mahaprabhu by stating, first, one must do one's duty, according to the Varnashram system established by the Lord. However, Sri Chaitanya states that this is external. The major objection is that Varnashram has no value in relation to pure devotional service. Attraction for bhakti is the topmost spiritual realization, cultivated by pure knowledge and acting under the regulative principles. Unfortunately, Varnashram although designed to please the personality of Godhead, does not specifically direct one towards devotional service. Ramananda then suggests dedicating all one's karmic activities to Lord Krishna. However, modern education is simply producing immoral atheists and impersonalists, obscuring their vision and misdirecting them. Ramananda then suggests giving up varnashrama and taking sannyas, renouncing the material life. However, without positive engagement, the negation of material activities does not produce spiritual advancement. Ramananda's further suggestion, calculated devotion mixed with speculative knowledge, or jnana mishra bhakti, may take one to the Brahmabhuta stage, which, although free from gross material consciousness, is still external and temporary. Ramananda's fifth suggestion is jnana shunya bhakti, devotion without speculative knowledge. Although this marks the end of one's desires to become one with the Lord and the beginning of pure devotional service, Mahaprabhu accepts this, but requests Ramananda to go further in developing the pursuit of pure devotional service. Ramananda then describes Dasya Prema, the mellow of transcendental service of master and service. Sri Chaitanya asks Ramananda to please go further. Then Ramananda describes Sakya Prema and the sense of equality pervading this spontaneous, loving service rendered by a friend. Sri Chaitanya approves, yet requests Ramananda, Eo Haya, Agika Ar, go deeper, go deeper. Next, Ramananda Roy quotes a Srimad Bhagavatam verse portraying Vatsalya Ras, or devotional service in parental affection, the sonhood of Godhead Ras, felt by Nanda and Yasoda, is spiritually pure because, under the influence of Yogamaya, they spontaneously think of Krishna as their affectionate and dependent son. Sri Chaitanya recognizes this, yet asks Ramananda to move on to the supreme, transcendental, topmost ras, that of Madhurya Ras. Ramananda declares that a transcendental conjugal relationship with Krishna is the highest form of loving service to the Lord. He quotes Uddhava in regards to neither Lakshmi nor the damsels of heaven ever experiencing such pleasure as that of the gopis during the Ras Leela. Summarizing all the 5 rasas, Ramananda explains how each devotee considers their own particular ras as highest of all. It is only possible to enter any of these 5 transcendental rasas after reaching anartha-nivritti, or freedom from the unwanted mundane urges of the material senses. The Lord reciprocates one's devotion directly in proportion to one's service, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 4:11, Yeyatam mam prapajante, except in Madhurya Ras, for here he cannot reciprocate and must remain a debtor to his devotees. Upon Krishna's return to the Ras Leela, after disappearing, he requested the gopis, please be satisfied with your honest activities, for I am unable to repay my debt to you. Each rasa progressively develops to the next, up to a complete development in Madhurya Ras, which contains all the other rasas. the Supreme Lord is completely captivated and controlled by devotion rendered in the mood of Madhurya Ras. Prabhupada writes, without Srimati Radharani, Krishna is not beautiful. Ramananda then quotes verses describing the confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna, illustrating that only by following in the footsteps of the gopis can one achieve pure devotional service. Mahaprabhu requests Ramananda, please speak more if there is more to say. Ramananda replies that before that day, I did not know anyone who could inquire beyond this perfectional stage of devotional service. Sri Chaitanya proclaims that as far as the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in loving mood are concerned, you, Ramananda, are the limit of knowledge. After many nights deep in conversation, Ramananda expresses that he has one final doubt within his heart. At first, I was seeing you as a sannyasi, and now I'm seeing you as Shyamasundar, a cowherd boy. You are covered with a golden luster, as a doll holding a flute. My dear Lord, do not conceal your real form from me. Then Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he revealed his real form to Ramananda Roy, that he is the combined form of Radha and Krishna. Seeing this form, Ramananda Roy lost consciousness in transcendental bliss. The Lord states, but for you, no one has ever seen this form. Then the Lord departed for South India. After returning from his Godavari preaching tour, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada gave Ramananda Das sannyas, naming him Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar. With this, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is intimating that Srila Sridhara Maharaj is Bhakti Rakshaka, the protector of devotion. When speaking of this position as the gatekeeper of the higher realm, Srila Sridhara Maharaj related, and I am not just letting anyone in. All glories to Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami. All glories to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Gaur.